Just want to talk about conflicting information if you're coming to Spain with a non-EU spouse. Because a friend of mine's just had some issues and they were quite aggressive with him at the foreigners office. The fact is, you cannot, if your spouse is non-EU, you cannot process any of her paperwork without actually being a resident yourself. The issue he had is he's going through self-employment, same as me, and it says, oh, well, you can add your wife to it. And okay, so went down, asked, and then the foreigners office is giving him all this earache because she's not down as a resident. Because she can't be a resident until he's a resident. So she can't go on his self-employment because you need an NIE number. You can't get the NIE number without your residency unless you file it from overseas. I'm not sure, it all depends on how you're processing. But the reason you want somebody on your paperwork, on your self-employment, is you're paying up to €250 a month for social security payments. Now, people like myself will never claim a pension from Spain, but what it does have is medical insurance. So your spouse, your kids and ever, they get that coverage by being on your paperwork, on your autonomo. But things are never straightforward, and it does seem that some people are being caught out. I know, I was reading Lisa Sadler. Lisa Sadler's been in Spain a long time, and she just went to renew her husband's paperwork to find he's exactly the same, even though he's been a resident. I think they've been here something like 18 years or something. And she's gone through the same, it's like, oh, well, he's now an illegal immigrant. It's like, well, no, it's not illegal. It's just that you've got to go back through the process. And the problem you get is that you're not dealing with immigration officials. You're dealing with local police officers. The Policia Local deal with these issues at the foreigners office. So I'm not trying to dictate how good somebody is at their job, but I wouldn't ask a plumber to fix my car. In the same way, I question whether a policeman is the ideal person to deal with immigration, because obviously they're completely different roles. And not that the police role is complex enough with having multiple, I think, is it 3 or 4 different police divisions within Spain? Because you've got your Guardia Civil, you've got your local police, and then there's the Police Nacional. I think there's another one somewhere, the Special Forces one. So it's already complicated enough, but a lot of people are falling foul of this, and I just want to make people aware, if you're the foreign national, EU national, that's processing, you need to do your paperwork first. There is this thing that everyone should have their NIE if they're a foreign national, but they will not process it. It's bizarre. They will not process it because you're not actually a resident yet. So it's conflicting, because they're saying you must have it, but they won't give it to you. That's all I can say on that. So get your paperwork done as quick as possible, and then everything else gets more complicated before it gets easier. But once it's done, it's done. The only complication, like I said, I think Lisa Sadler's is a little bit more complex, because I think, see, my wife and kids will be going Spanish. They'll become Spanish citizens later on. But I think Lisa Sadler's husband is actually British, and only gets the medical cover and stuff off her social security because she's self-employed. So it's just for the medical cover, basically, because she's paying tax anyway and paying social security payments anyway. So it just sort of makes sense that there's a bit of comeback for all that investment. All right, thanks for watching.
Yeah.